So we've signed Zubimendi today, and the Gyokeres to Arsenal links are in advanced stages. Fabrizio and Ornstein both tweeting out that Gyokeres has only wanted Arsenal. He's only accepting Arsenal, which obviously is a situation that obviously Arsenal made it clear that they want him. But I'm just happy that we got away from these Madueke links. Like, I'm not too focused on these Madueke links because I was getting really irritated with them. So I'm not gonna the whole Madueke. I think that Arsenal, the hierarchy, knew that you better start announcing some of these players and some of these rumors properly and get some of these ITKs to start releasing some rumors, because these Madueke links were causing riots. Like, all I was seeing was we might be going Chelsea and we might be signing Madueke. Listen, you see all of that before we start getting into signing Gyokeres and Zubimendi. All of that there is gonna cause mayhem. It's gonna cause mayhem. You don't want to start talking about Waneri leaving and Madueke coming in and all of that before you signed your strikers, and you don't want to get into that. Thing about Waneri leaving is gonna cause mayhem anyway. So you better start getting into the Gyokeres links and stuff like that. That you better start, regardless of whether we were in advanced stages before, because obviously, of course, it wasn't just started from today, but they must have said, listen, let's ramp this up, or whoever was in direct contact with some of these social media guys just said, yes, now the time, because what we were seeing online was chaotic and it was going to get worse. It was going to get worse. So I'm happy that we've signed Zubimendi, that he's in the club now and it's been announced, because all of this weight in and all that type of stuff, I think the weight, I think, was good because of the Jota news. So I think that we needed a few days to kind of like grieve and mourn and give our respects to Jota. That's the first thing. But the second thing that's actually happened is Gyokeres being in advanced talks with Arsenal shows us that we've picked him over Sesko. And that's exactly what I wanted. I'm at the stage now where I want Arsenal to sign players that I personally want. That's where I'm at. I'm not interested in what everyone else feels like. Oh yeah, you saw Sesko's 21, 22. He's going to be a star in 3-4 years. Me personally, I want Gyokeres now. I don't care about his head. He doesn't score too many headers. I don't care about he did it in the Portuguese league. To me, you're playing in the Portuguese league and you're scoring 39, 40 odd goals in the Portuguese league. You're showing me that you're clearly better than everyone else there. Because I think the second player over there scored 19 goals or 20 goals. And he's on nearly double that. So you're showing me that I like people that do things that they're supposed to do against the players they're meant to do it against. So if you're a player that's playing in a much better league, I expect you to show us that. And that's exactly what he's doing. He's showing us he's far better than everyone over there. So that's the least you can ask for. What more do you want? You want him to be better than everyone else over there. And that's what he's showing us. So that's the first thing I'm happy with. The second thing is, with Sesko, I believe that if you brought him into the club, there's a reason to put him on the bench for the first few games. Like, it's like, yeah, bedding in period and stuff like that. With Gyokeres, who's 27 years old, he comes with a reputation of scoring 70 or 80 goals in the last 2 years. You start now. It's the time for you to start scoring goals is Man United away. Furthermore, the time for you to start scoring goals might be the Emirates Cup. That's what I'm on. Like, it's time for you to start scoring goals now. So that's what I like. I like the fact that we're signing a player that is ready to... You can't have a 30, 40 goal season striker on the bench. That doesn't make sense to any type of tactic. Any type of tactic. Doesn't matter who's on the pitch. You got a 30, 40 goal season striker on the bench doesn't make sense. So the fact that he's coming, that's what I like. The fact that you've got a 30, 40 goal season striker coming to our team, that's what I need. That's what I want. Reject everyone else, but I want to go to Arsenal. That's what we needed. That's what we need. We needed a bit of feel-good factor over the last couple of days, because these Madueke links and Ethan leaving were causing riots. So we needed some of that, and we need a striker that actually does what he's supposed to do. Like, all of this Havertz up front and makeshift and Jesus, that we can get the best out of Jesus and Marino and all that. I'm not interested in all that. People start talking about, oh, Martinelli, or maybe we can get the best out of Martinelli. He should be a striker. Listen, Gyokeres is a striker. Always has been, always will be. He's a striker that scores goals day in, day out. That's what we need. A striker that puts the ball in the net. All of this, oh, he needs space and all of that type of, we'll find that out. We'll find that out when it happens. I'm perfectly willing to find that out. We'll see if he needs space. Because even if he doesn't score 40, 50 goals, he might still score 25. So we'll find out if he needs space, innit? But I'm willing to find that out. So let's wait for him to come and find that out. So that's what I like. I like the fact that we're shutting down all these Sesko nonsense. And yeah, like all of this waiting around and the release clause, or is he 90 million or is he 80 million, or this we're not accepting bids and Sesko wants a release clause in it. And listen, we ain't got time for all that. Yeah, I like Gyokeres. He wants to come to Arsenal now. He's making it clear, just Arsenal. I like all that because we're a big club. It's about time that we're signing players that Arteta said he wants to sign players that want to come to the club. We're a massive club. Like, if you don't want to come, don't come. Go somewhere else. That's how I'm seeing it from now on. I've had enough of this thinking that, oh yeah, like these players, like as if they said they shouldn't be at our team. These players should be wanting to come to our football club. Our football club is a prestigious football club. So that's the situation. You should want to play for Arsenal. Zubimendi and Gyokeres in the team. I like the fact that Zubimendi can come over now and they got to hit the ground running, unfortunately for them. But I expect them to. These guys are in the peak. They're both 26, 27 years of age. About time we start signing those type of players. That's the type of signings that we need now, to sign players that are ready to compete now, that are playing on the world stage. Gyokeres is scoring hat-tricks in Champions Leagues, and Zubimendi's controlling games in the Euro Nations against Portugal, which is Vitinha, Neves and all those guys. And he's playing. I like, that's what we need now. Players that are competing at the highest level right now. That's what I need. That's what I want. That's what we deserve. Like, all of these other links, signing all these backup options before we sign our first team targets is not going to bode well for the fan base and the football club and the morale, or especially of the players. It's time for us to sign players to help these players out. Saka's not supposed to just be the main man and that's it. Saka needs about 3 or 4 other players with him. Minimum. That's how it's supposed to be. Salah doesn't just have himself. Before, he had Mane on one side. He had Trent. He had Robertson. He had Van Dijk. Alisson. He had big hitters beside him. That's what we need. We need some big hitters. Yes, we've started to get a few of them in the Declan Rices and the Gabriels and the Timbers. Yes, we're starting to create a few, but we need more. We need more. With Gyokeres in the team, it's not Saka that's expected to get the goals. Gyokeres, you get the goals, Saka, you can kind of help along and kind of add to it, add to the tally. But Gyokeres, you go and get the goals. And I want him to be penalty taker as well. He should come and be the penalty taker immediately. All of this, yeah, this one's penalty taker. 1 minute it's Odegaard taking penalties. 1 minute it's Saka. Sometimes it's Havertz. Forget all that. Gyokeres is the penalty taker. He takes penalties. He scores goals. And also, we need him to get his numbers up and tallying his confidence immediately. That's what we've got to do. We've got to just start. Penalties count. They're part of football. So I want him taking penalties from the jump. From the jump. Get off to a good start. Start taking penalties. This is our main striker. This is our main man. This is what we do. Straight to that. That's what I like. Zubimendi coming in, it's like I think we've got to wait a bit of time with Zubimendi for me to really get a gauge of how he fits with the team properly. I know he's a brilliant controller of the ball. And he can also, he doesn't just pass through the lines, he can drive through the lines. That's what a lot that people don't really see. But I'll have a little wait to see Zubimendi, to see how he kind of works with the team, more so or less so than Partey. So I'll have a little look at that to see how that goes. But with Gyokeres, I know already that's going to be better than what Havertz offers. I know that already. I don't have to think about it. It's far more exciting for me. It's makes far more sense to me. It's a bit better fit for the puzzle. If it proves to end up being wrong, that's just life. You're not always going to be right in life. But I want to feel like it's going to go right. So that's what I'm going with. And one thing needs to happen is Odegaard needs to worry about his spot. Because if Havertz starts playing support striker, then what happens then? Odegaard needs to start thinking about where he's going to play. Because Havertz is going to be a player that he might start coming on as a sub and start scoring goals. If Havertz starts coming on as a sub and scoring goals, then you've got a problem. Odegaard's got a problem because you might play We might, against the teams where they sit back a lot, we might play 2 up top. We might do. I need goal scorers on the pitch. That's what I'm about. I don't want Havertz to be our main goal scorer, scoring 12 goals a season. That's not enough. If we've got a goal scorer that's scoring 20, 30 goals a season, then all of a sudden, Havertz's 12 goals, they're quite helpful now. You're a much better player now. Saka's 10 to 12 goals, and now that makes a lot more sense all of a sudden. But we can't have our main goal scorer scoring 12 goals in the number 9 position, which is what Havertz is, and that's not going to work. So I think the club have made it clear. I think they knew that it's time to put the foot down on the gas, and yeah, I think it's a good start to make sure that this information comes out now and just stems the flow and the tide of what we were hearing, because it's too much umming and ahhing about a lot of stuff. So yeah, man, Gyokeres, hopefully we get it over the line as quick as possible. When I say as quick as possible, I'm talking about tomorrow, today. I want it done. I'm ready for it. I know Arteta probably wants it done, and I'm happy that Arteta is now finally going for a proper striker, a real striker, a player that can't play anywhere else. Gyokeres can't, he's not a left, he can't play left wing, or he can't play right wing. He plays up front, that's it. So that's what I'm happy about. He's a striker and a player that plays in one position, which is what we needed, a specialist up there. So yeah, man, I'm happy about that. And move on to the next, because it's not over yet. We need to hopefully get Eze, Rodrigo. I want these players. And then after that, then we can say, you know what? Madueke coming in as a squad rotation wouldn't be so bad. It wouldn't be so bad if we have all these players coming in. It wouldn't be so bad. All of a sudden, I'm looking at Madueke thinking, this is quite a good squad player, actually. Yeah. I'll start thinking about the good things that he does, not the terrible things he does, because I'm irritated that he's going to be one of our main guys. This is the difference between the timing of who you sign and when you sign them. This is the difference. It will change the narrative. So that's my thoughts on it. And yeah, hopefully we can get this wrapped up as quick as possible and prepare for the season, man.